special event alert.
It's about time that you got here because you were almost late for Changeover, your weekly space news and variety show. I'm your host, Marty Smith, and I'm joined by Mr. History, Aaron
Gentlemen, it's good to see you. I've been deep in research for tonight's freaking program.
Deep
in research.
We're deep in something.
Oh, in the archives of the Smithsonian.
And our man in the closet, Jake Wall.
It's good to see you guys, man.
Welcome back, guys. We're here to bring you the latest headlines and updates pertinent to all Guardians and to the other lesser branches as well. So take your seats, get informed, and have a laugh because...
Late for Changeover is rocking it from the mountain to the space coast.
The Space Ghost.
I got to figure out how they do all the TikTok stuff.
Sounds like Space Ghost, not Coast. Space Ghost.
Oh, Space Ghost.
Space Ghost,
Was that
coast
way?
to coast.
That was a great...
Man, I loved that show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That was a great cartoon.
That was not
flying
a
monkey as a pet.
by the way. So, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
How was the week? Still employed? Still unemployed?
Still employed, still unemployed, still
Yeah,
barely
buddy.
employed?
yeah.
Buddy. You still shooting shotguns?
Yes. But we haven't had a lot of shooters, right? So I've been building this tower because our boss wants to be able to put a clay machine up there and throw it over a stand, right? So as you're standing in the stand, instead of coming from left to right, he wants it to come
straight over.
So I built this tower, but it was cold. It was cold today. It was in the 40s in the panhandle of Florida, man. It's in the 40s.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So they had bought this solo stove. So I lit the fire this morning. For half an hour, I stood out there next to a fire. And then the thought crossed my mind as I zoned out staring at this fire. It's like, how much of our life has been spent by us just staring into fires?
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? It's almost hypnotic, right?
It is hypnotic.
And it makes you feel like a crazy person, but you're just like, this is so calming. I don't know why.
Well, it's only crazy when you don't answer anybody. Hey, Marty.
Hold on. Let me adjust. And you know what? That's another area that no man is ever satisfied with the logs of another man in a fire.
Oh, you always got to adjust those logs.
This is way too stacked. You got to get some air under there, right?
Oh yeah, dude. And there's something underrated about a good poking stick.
Oh,
you get a good one. You're like, oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Right.
Play with that thing all day long,
Some
man.
caveman shit right there, dude.
We are simpletons.
I'm educated. I can poke that fire all night long.
And it,
Nothing wrong with that.
it is kind of funny that women are right most of the time about us, and we're just like, that's all I need. Not in my house, because then you got to clean the chimney. Man, fuck that.
Yeah.
So
you got paid to stand around and warm up.
I did.
I did. That's a good deal.
That was silly. It was.
That's a good deal.
This is nice and warm. Look at that fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that log's a little too. Lift that thing up. Oh, that's hot. That's all. That was my whole first hour of the day today. So that's why I'm getting paid as little as I'm getting. So.
Yep, perfect.
It's about as intelligent as jumping out an airplane, man.
Yeah, well, interesting that you do mention that because we will hit something about that later. But should we let's get to the news. All right, these aren't exciting news stories, so I'm counting on my two cohorts to make them exciting. Right.
Good luck.
This first story is about the Navy, and it comes from Task and Purpose. So, Xavier, remember this one? Well, that didn't work. Oh, it's down here.
Oh,
This
found
first story is about the Navy.
You get old Admiral what's his nuts on the horn right now.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
An Admiral
maybe I should
what's
do it
his
this way.
nuts.
You get old Admiral what's his nuts on the horn right now.
That's my Navy soundbite.
What?
That's the Navy soundbite.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
Get
kind
Admiral
of
what's his nuts.
trying to figure out what movie it was from.
Yeah.
That
what
was
is-
from Iron Eagle, man.
Oh, that's
He's
what I
like,
thought when he was
You're
talking.
full of shit. You go get Admiral what's his nuts on the phone right now.
freaking Iron Eagle.
All right. The Navy. It looks like we got another spice situation here, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
The Navy and the Marines ban kratom, an herbal pain treatment linked to abuse. So, kratom, Kratom. Sailors and Marines are now banned from using products containing kratom, a plant derivative widely sold alongside vape and CBD products. Kratom is sold and widely touted as natural treatment for health conditions ranging from anxiety to pain relief to weight loss, but those claims have drawn heavy doubts from traditional medical providers. Some states have reported an increasing number of poison control reports, and in severe cases, lawsuits have alleged that users died from concentrated products containing the substance kratom. So
It's a synthetic weed, right? Is that what it is?
I think so. Let's see. It's derived from the leaves of a Southeast Asian tree, but products with processed concentrated forms of a compound from the plant 7-hydroxymitragynine, commonly referred to as 7-OH, are sold in stores or online as leaves, capsules, edibles, vapes, and liquid shots. So it sounds just like spice was. Except spice was pretty
like gas station weed or whatever.
Right. I remember when they banned it, I was like, what is spice? Who the fuck is using spice? Right?
So what occurred that made them ban it? Did an incident occur?
Well, the FDA noted that kratom cannot be lawfully marketed in the U.S. as a drug product, dietary supplement, or a food additive in conventional food. The Navy and Marines joined the Air Force in banning the substance. The Navy admin notice signed by Navy Secretary John Phelan added kratom and related synthetic products to the department's list of banned substances in January. So, in low doses, kratom causes stimulant effects, but in high doses, it can act as a sedative. I know it goes, it's a stimulant if you use a little, but if you use too much, it's a sedative, according to an online fact sheet from the U.S. Department of Justice and DEA. Kratom has been used by Americans to self-treat conditions like pain, diarrhea, anxiety and depression, opioid use disorder, and opioid withdrawal, according to the FDA. Related products have also been used as a dietary supplement, which the agency does not recommend.
So it's not like giving you a high or something, right?
No, it's
I mean, if you're using it as a supplement after heroin or opioids, it's definitely an over-the-counter, get you blasted kind of thing.
It makes you yell as you jump out the airplane.
Yeah, probably. Fishing.
What?
Ephedra. Remember ephedra?
Hydroxycut, man.
Yeah. I was in
the
best shape of my life on ephedra, right?
Oh yeah.
Then they blocked that son of a bitch. Was it just the military first, or was it like the FDA blocked it? And then
I think the FDA blocked it because people were having like heart attacks, crap like that. but everybody was like wafer thin for a while. They're like,
I remember I was out at Vandenberg, and I think it was Dwayne Tucker. You remember Dwayne Tucker?
Wow.
He was like, "Here, try these," and he goes, "Don't take them like an hour before you go to bed." And I was like, "Why?" And I did. And I was up like till midnight, just like, wow. This stuff is just regulated speed.
What's going on here? That's all it was.
It was like orange.
It was unregulated speed.
Well, it was unregulated speed. Yeah.
Tasted like orange something. It was an orange tasting powder.
You could get it in metrics.
Yeah, it was like you said, Hydroxycut was Hydroxycut's heyday. It was when they had
that was good.
Kratom is not federally regulated by the FDA and is currently classified by the DEA as a drug and chemical of concern. According to a DEA fact sheet, kratom users have reported effects such as nausea, itching, sweating, dry mouth, constipation, increased urination, tachycardia, vomiting, drowsiness, and loss of appetite, insomnia, hepatotoxicity. I don't know how to say that. See, obviously, seizure and hallucinations. So you get a full gamut from kratom.
Man, that's all of it.
Yeah, it's all.
I better do a man on the streets interview with some kratom guys. Or
Maybe we should do it here on the show. Go.
It doesn't sound like.
How you feeling, Jake? How you feeling?
Fun to take.
It's like, oh, I really got a shit.
I bet you there's already.
I got some tachycardia going on.
I bet you there's already like YouTube videos out there.
Oh,
kratom.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh,
Now-
right off the bat, it effed me up. Like I just did a YouTube search. I was like,
Oh, you
the
did?
shorts.
That was the first one?
The shorts are like,
That's
it effed me up.
perfect.
I'm like, oh, wow.
So
It
maybe
sounds
there's
more like
people-
medicine than it does a nice.
Oh, there's
cool-
people doing detox from it and
Drugs.
stuff.
Whoa. I've
Yeah.
never heard of it. But in 2021, nearly 1.7 million Americans above the age of 12 use kratom. 1.7 million. So that's
More
probably
educated than we
all
are.
teenagers or military.
Yeah.
Who knows? But that's according to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration's National Survey on Drug Use and Health. So no more kratom. Army and Air Force already banned it.
Huh.
So Navy and Marines, you guys catch up. All
Guess I'm
right?
gonna have to take it off
come
my
on,
market.
guys.
Take it off.
Yeah,
Can't tell that you-
take it off. Throw it in the drawer with your spice and your
Yeah.
ephedra. Like, don't
Yeah,
take these anymore.
exactly.
know, It's like all the
Someday.
Indians that used peyote and
Yeah.
what were some of the other Indian leaders? Peyote, Sitting Bull.
Oh, you mean the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those dudes used to do all kinds of freaking smoky drugs, man.
Hell yeah, they did.
Um,
I'm fine with it. Keep it going, guys. Shrooms and weed. It's all natural.
Shrooms and
Have
weed.
fun.
Well, yeah, right. Well,
Well, that's the problem. Like, as soon as they are like, no one's getting high, no one's doing anything, and they're like, well, we got to find something. What about these gas station boner pills? They'll get us blasted,
oh yeah, yeah.
right? Like,
It won't go away. Fuck.
Well,
Well,
and I mean, it used to be just the head shops, but now, you know, when now that you got all the CBD stuff, these guys are just they're like Taco Bell guys after dark, right? They're just inventing new drugs back
just
there. They're like,
trying it all.
try this one. We
What if
did
we
a
put
drip.
Dorito seasoning on this. Okay.
And yeah, they're just inventing shit because that's where that's where they're buying it out of the vape shops. So
You know what is interesting, like prohibition experiment that I actually got to kind of watch is the difference between the curfew in Korea and then after with no curfew.
oh
like
yeah,
when they had a curfew and everybody had to be on base at midnight,
yeah,
people
right,
were
right.
just it was a mad rush to get just sauced to the gills.
Sloshed, yeah.
Right.
Just
Right.
blasted coming on base.
Right.
And then once that prohibition got lifted,
Yeah.
it mellowed out significantly. I don't think the level of alcohol consumption dropped off,
Well, the puking on the
Significantly.
buses went down a little bit.
but it wasn't a mad rush to get blasted. It
Sure.
was more like, oh,
Right.
let's leave. Let's take
Well,
some time here.
in a different in a similar way, not the same thing, but I lived in a dry parish in Louisiana, and that bar right on the county line,
Oh,
you know, it was and they still have blue laws, so everything was closed on Sunday, right? And so you just had you would hit like Saturday at 1 o'clock in the morning or Sunday at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're like, fuck, we never went to the bar to get in.
come on.
And Class 6 was
We got to
closed.
wait
You're
a
like,
whole freaking 3 days.
right, right. So
Yep.
it was a panic, but just like the curfew was a panic, right? You know, you're just gonna,
Yeah.
that's I guess that's why they regulate us in the 7th inning of ball games and shit like that. They're like, We got to wind these motherfuckers down.
Let's stretch it out, boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I wonder.
No more beer sales. So
Yeah, I wonder if that winding us down actually causes us to drink more initially.
it's just like you said. It's the prohibition thing, right? As long as there's a restriction, it's like,
Well, the minute you tell them they can't, they want to.
Oh,
right.
They want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Well, when it was 18 drinking age in Colorado, it was like, woo, we hit 18. We were just like, just fine. And then you could get 3-2, but you could get something, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you can't
Kind of
anymore,
eased you into it.
yeah, it was just like, but you didn't need to do anything else because you can go buy, a 6-pack of Strohs, 3-2, and drink.
Sloshy.
Well, you can. It takes you a lot to get drunk.
Not if you're a young kid that's never drank that much.
Well, no, but that's why you start. See, then when you hit
That's why you
21,
start.
right?
In the famous words of Chief Sitting Bull, you got to start them young.
Oh, very good.
Sitting Bull. What was his? He was the Lakota boys, wasn't he? Lakota.
Dakota. They were vicious. I think they were vicious, right?
So,
They're crazy.
can you name other tribes? Apache,
The Cherokee, the Mohawk.
Sioux.
That's Upper New York, is a Mohawk tribe.
Yeah, but they weren't like the Western Plains Indian, were they?
Oh no, Comanche,
Navajo, right?
Navajo,
So, who fought the most? Apaches.
Apaches, probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they all fought. I mean, they all fought each other, right?
Well, some of the upstate, those guys up there kind of gave up. New England guys kind of got.
Well, you know why,
overrun
right?
pretty
The
quick
population grew so quick.
Well, yeah.
around them. Yeah.
Freaking,
They're
out
like,
west,
hey,
it took
this
a while.
this farming is not as
Yeah.
bad as I thought. It's we're living a lot longer, right? I mean,
A lot of the early days Mohawk tribe, those guys built most of the high rises in New York. They were all the welders and stuff. Yeah, big. It was generational thing.
Oh shit, that's
Oh,
wild.
really?
Yeah, they had a lot of like pride in the fact that they had no fear. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
See the Apache and the Lakota and all these Western Indian groups,
Yeah.
ones that had stupid leaders. It goes back to the Sam Kinison. If you live in the desert, nothing fucking goes in the desert. You know? So you had to get your smart leaders to at least fight the U.S. so we could
Yeah.
get somewhere, right?
Eric's been- Eric's been taking kratom tonight.
He's excited his old lady's back.
I know.
He
He's like-
might get his titties rubbed tonight.
As
He's
soon
like,
as this podcast is over, let's hurry it up, baby. Next story. Next
go.
story.
Well, and you know who Sam Kinison was, right? The screamer.
Yeah.
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 man,
Oh,
that
yeah.
dude,
Oh, yeah.
that shit was hilarious. So he
Uh,
just needs to go talk to those Indians out west, man. So,
Yeah.
talk to the
there
leader.
you go.
here's a local one for you guys from the Salty Soldier. All right.
Ooh.
The saltysoldier.com. 3 soldiers convicted in poaching case on and around Army post, which is Fort Carson.
Wow.
Yeah. 3
Oh,
active duty
no.
U.S. Army soldiers have been convicted on misdemeanor wildlife charges after Colorado wildlife officials concluded they illegally killed 6 mule deer on and around Fort Carson, abandoning partially processed animals across both military and state land.
That's a big move.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That
right?
part's.
According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, the investigation began in November 2024 after a civilian hunter reported discovering a dead mule deer inside a Fort Carson training area. The animal appeared to have been unlawfully harvested, prompting a joint response by CPW wildlife officers and Fort Carson conservation law enforcement officers. When officers arrived, they identified multiple irregularities. The buck had been shot and left behind, with only select cuts of meat removed, probably its backstrap, I would imagine, and its antlers sawed off. Approximately 100 yards away, investigators located a second deer, a doe, that had also been shot, partially processed, and abandoned. Boot tracks in the snow linked both animals and led investigators across the installation toward a nearby roadway. The tracks eventually faded near a wildland firefighter station where personnel recalled an unfamiliar vehicle parked in the area for an extended period and had photographed it due to its unusual presence. That photograph helped investigators identify a vehicle associated with Sergeant Jacob Curtis Kaiser, an active duty soldier stationed at Fort Carson. CPW started that investigation, stated that investigators later reviewed publicly available social media images as part of the investigation, which they said appeared to show mule deer taken during the same period and helped corroborate physical and digital evidence gathering during the case. So you want to see the social media they found? Oops, that's the wrong one.
Holy cow.
That's the wrong one. There, that's the one they found.
Oh my god.
Brilliant.
He's sitting in the truck with the antlers, man.
He's brilliant.
Come on, dude. You gotta be better than that.
And it's crazy too, because mule deer.
You know what's funny is
out here.
If he would have taken the whole deer, he probably wouldn't have gotten.
Nobody would have known.
Yeah.
You know, but why
You're
several?
Stupid.
And then you just leave the carcass out there. That's pretty shitty.
It's like when you were a kid going to shoot coyotes, right?
Yeah.
Running around in the back of a Jeep, blast as many coyotes as you could. Oh, rabbits!
Yeah.
You did rabbits. I did coyotes.
Yeah. We did groundhogs from the truck 22.
During a subsequent interview, Kaiser admitted to illegally harvesting 6 mule deer and the trespassing on both military and state land. He voluntarily surrendered his hunting rifle to authorities. Digital evidence later indicated Kaiser had acted with an accomplice identified as Staff Sergeant Juan Salcedo. Investigators also determined a third soldier assisted in disposing of illegally obtained venison after learning of the investigation. They didn't disclose his name. So you want to know what
He just got rid of it?
I guess so. Maybe he processed it. I don't know. But you want to know what the charges and penalties were for these fellas?
Oh, yeah.
That was a small fine.
Sergeant Jacob Curtis Kaiser, 23, convicted on 30 wildlife-related charges, fined $19,000.
Oh!
Assessed 180 suspension points against his hunting license and forfeiture of his hunting rifle, which CPW said will be destroyed. They're going to destroy his hunting rifle?
How can they take his rifle?
I don't know.
Unless, I guess, if it's constituted being used in a crime.
Well, I guess so.
Probably, huh?
Staff Sergeant Juan Salcedo, 35, convicted on 15 wildlife-related charges, fined $8,817.
Wow.
Assessed 65 suspension points, pleaded guilty to several charges in June. The third soldier was fined $900 for disposing of illegally taken venison. Now, this is interesting. All charges were filed as misdemeanors under Colorado law.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
19,000 sounds a little more than a felony.
Oh, they got you. They got you on the
yeah,
dollar.
That's
yeah.
What's the point of giving him points against his hunting license?
I don't know.
He doesn't use a hunting license anyway.
Yeah, I know. He just went out on his own anyway.
He's like, well, I guess I can never hunt again.
It's not a big tag item, like you said, Eric. Mule deer are the rats of the deer world, man. They're
all
everywhere.
over the place.
So, in fact, people in Texas,
4 of them at work today.
My backyard looked like a petting zoo, for Christ's sakes.
People in Texas hunt them on purpose to get rid of them because they're so plentiful.
Evasive.
But CPW characterized the case as one of the most significant wildlife enforcement investigations in southern Colorado during the past year, citing coordination between state wildlife officers and military law enforcement, careful scene processing, and digital forensic analysis. Didn't sound like they had to do that deep, right?
I like how it's like over the past year. It's been 22 days, guys. Come on. Really significant.
Right. This isn't December 20th, right?
Yeah. I mean, even if it is over the full 2025, what did they have to do? They didn't have to do it doesn't seem like a big significant issue.
No, not really. I mean, 1, it's misdemeanors. 2, it's just like money. And like you said, or was it Jake, or if they had just taken the whole thing?
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody would care. It was just
Well,
like,
so
yeah,
much for a
good.
quick and timely freaking trial, I guess. You know.
Oh yeah. They did
They
it in
got 'em-
November.
They did get him quick, huh?
They
Oh,
did it in
okay.
November, and they just charged him here a week ago. So
There you go.
Okay.
so anyway,
But they're like, hey, some guys like, hey, there's a dead deer here. I'm like, let's follow these tracks. Oh yeah, good idea.
oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's none. Hey, somebody parked their car here. Well,
Look
they
at the
have
license
base
plate.
access.
Sure did.
Yep. It was a red Chevy pickup.
I like it.
Or
And
whatever
look,
was
he's
in
got
it.
a vehicle sticker in the corner of his windshield. Oh, easy.
I
22,
took
20.
that picture of that vehicle sticker just for you guys.
That was
a
awesome.
creeper at base. I was like, oh, look at this.
Somebody
Rest in
still
peace.
had it on there?
Dude, if you zoomed in, it was literally just a jagged outline.
Oh,
You couldn't see anything on
but
it.
it was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Hilarious.
It was cool.
I remember,
Rest in
and I thought I had taken a picture. I'd have to go look for it, but I remember leaving, I think, Fort Hood or something like that. And they're like, well, you got to give us your sticker. I said, I can't. This thing is a piece of shit. Because it's not that it loses all flexibility, right? Because it's sitting in the sun. And if you try to peel it off, it comes off like one triangle at a time. So you got to get in there with the razor blade and try to piece together that mangled sticker. And I gave it to him for my out
sticker
process.
number, Eric?
2220.
Yeah, there
The
you
DD 2220, DD 4
Yeah.
2220.
Yeah, of course you would know that.
go. I knew you would know it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
That's
We used to
right.
make
impressive.
everybody put it on these little pieces of aluminum. When you scraped them, bring them on a piece of aluminum.
Oh,
So you
really?
come in, be one little ball stuck to it.
Yeah, dude. That's what
I had to
would do.
bring it in on paper to out process. It was
That's
so
what I mean.
simple.
Piece of aluminum, piece of paper. We're the
God,
same
it's
thing.
I would stick it just raw in my pocket and then pull it inside out and give you a wad of linty bullshit. There you go, boys.
A gummy bear.
Yeah.
Pass an ID.
You
for
know
Didn't
I'm
have to
going
do
to
it.
another base. I'm not sneaking anything
It
on.
was the dumbest part of out processing. It truly was, man.
That was a silly one.
Well, RIP vehicle stickers. So,
Yeah, they
um,
love the.
all right, boys, don't go poaching any mule deer.
No
but,
poaches.
All right, so I'm wearing my Bronco sweatshirt for the last
Don't be a
time.
fud.
They're done, which is fine. Right?
Mm.
They suck.
Because they're going to get rolled by. They would have gotten rolled by Seattle anyway, and I
No
think
doubt
New
about
England,
it.
New England's going to get rolled by Seattle too.
I
so
agree.
That'll make.
I hope so. Let's hope so. That'll be awesome.
So, but speaking of the NFL, they've got a lot of things that they flash in between commercials, right? Man of the Year, all this outreach, all this. Well, the salute to
yeah.
service.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't hear a lot about the salute to service. So, but here are the 3 NFL Salute to Service awards, and this is from. Fuck, I don't even remember where I got this story from.
We are the
NFL.
mighty.
We are the mighty. Yes, thank you. We are the mighty. Very good, Jake. You should almost come up with this own story. That would make things a lot
That
easier.
seems like a lot.
Meet the 3 finalists for the NFL Salute to Service Award. I know. That's pipe dream. 3 days before Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. Is there anybody else just like Super Bowl? Get rid of the Roman numerals because nobody uses them.
Nah.
Nobody can remember them. Nobody knows what they are.
Touch of class, Marty.
I know, but everybody's like, especially when it's anything except big numbers of 10.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, fuck, I don't know.
I
What that
don't
is.
know.
Is that the one where the Patriots played? And they're like, oh,
What the
yeah.
hell is the
Okay,
L mean?
Yeah, I don't
What's
know what
the
the
L?
L means. Some of the biggest names of professional football will attend a ceremony on February 5th that honors individual excellence. The NFL's MVP will be announced, as will the Coach of the Year and Rookie of the Year. One honor that night will stand above all others, though, when it comes to impacting the military community. Since 2011, the NFL Salute to Service Award has been presented to an honoree who has made a significant impact on service members and veterans. Each team nominates an organization member, and the list of 32 then is whittled down to 3. The award It's part of the league's broader Salute to Service campaign, which connects with U.S. service members, veterans, and their families. Since its inception in 2011, the initiative has partnered with 5 military organizations to raise more than $75 million. These nonprofits are the Bob Woodruff Foundation, United Service Organizations, Pat Tillman Foundation, Transition Assistance Program for Survivors. Have you ever heard of that? It says Transition Assistance Program for Survivors, and then in parentheses it says TAPS. And I'm like,
that doesn't sound right.
I think they may have mistyped survivors.
Yeah.
And the Wounded Warrior Project. The late Tennessee Titans owner Bud Adams was the first NFL Salute to Service honoree. Since then, current head coaches John Harbaugh and Dan Quinn, Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive end Jared Allen, and others have been recognized. Last year, George Kittle, the 49ers starting tight end, was a 2024 recipient. The 2025 finalists are Dallas Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson, Minnesota Vikings running back Aaron Jones, and San Francisco 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. So this is what each person has done.
It's my pick right there, Christian
McCaffrey. He's pretty amazing. Yeah. I mean, you'd think he'd get crushed every year, and usually every year he is hurt in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, he's pretty dynamic.
People today, man. This time, yeah.
Christian McCaffrey started the Christian McCaffrey Foundation in 2020. The nonprofit has provided veterans with an emphasis on special operations with holistic health resources. The next year, the foundation started 23 in Troops to target resources to those suffering from post-traumatic stress. McCaffrey said in a news release, "I want veterans to be treated just like us athletes." Well, just like us pro athletes. That's what you want. It's working. The Christian McCaffrey Foundation invested nearly $700,000 toward military initiatives. All right, good on you. Seems like it could be higher, but that's okay. Minnesota Vikings running back Aaron Jones' appreciation for the military began long before the Green Bay Packers drafted him in 2017. Both of his parents served in the Army for nearly 3 decades and retired as sergeants major.
Wow.
Could you imagine having both your mother and father both be a sergeant major?
No, that'd be tough.
My God, what a household to grow up in. His brother Xavier is in the Air Force. Jones has a twin brother, Alvin, and during their childhood, they typically accompanied their parents when they volunteered. The Jones boys gave back in multiple ways, including serving Thanksgiving meals and assisting in fundraisers. So it was no surprise when the twins founded the A&A All the Way Foundation, which focuses on improving children's lives, especially those in the military. Aaron Jones hosts annual gala to support military families, and before the regular season began, he held a back-to-school event for military kids. He said, "If I was to win a Salute to Service award, honestly, I don't have the words for it. Heartwarming joy. I don't really have the words to articulate it, but I would feel it embodies who I am."
Nice.
Okay. All right. Dallas Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson, in his 4th year, continues his support of the military community. Ferguson's support of the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas, was mentioned in his nomination. That allowed him to meet service members, veterans, and their families and advocate for them. Despite lacking much free time during the season, he regularly visited military bases in the Dallas area. The past 2 seasons, Ferguson participated in a National Character Playbook live discussion that reached thousands of students, focused on commitment. Finally, he and his fiancée surprised Medal of Honor recipient Salvatore Giunta with 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. That person sounds familiar. Seems like we've
Vietnam
mentioned him before. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Having the privilege to salute them and amplify the core values they represent to others is something that inspires me, Ferguson said. I am deeply grateful for the service and the sacrifices they have made that benefit all of us. Okay, I like that one. Retired Major General Bob Whittle is head of military affairs for USAA, the award's presenting sponsor, and was part of the panel selected the finalists. So that's the 3: McCaffrey, Jones, and what's his name? Ferguson. So,
sounds like any of them will be a good candidate, man.
Right. And that, I never know where, that piece and the Man of the Year, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, you see every game,
Yeah.
who's nominated for that. So, but now on a lousy side, it does kind of sound like, oh, I got to go do Habitat for Humanity to try to get NCO the quarter this week.
Yeah, it does.
Nah, there's a bunch of them that don't do anything. You're
That's
dead.
true.
I guess so. You're probably right, right?
Or that
Give
don't
me
get
the money,
credit
I
for
don't
doing
care.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they do. They probably do a lot, and then they're just like, don't. I don't need this.
Yeah.
Right?
We've all seen those like videos of the guys rolling up with a semi-trailer to their old neighborhood and throwing frozen turkeys out and stuff
pack it
like
up.
that. You know,
Right,
yeah,
right,
you
right.
know, we're like, here's a whole Thanksgiving dinner. Here's the, So-
or they go,
and
they
it's
go
all a
see
tax write-off anyway. The cynical side.
Spend the money, write it off.
Just write it off.
They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying for Man of the Year, and I'm like, I'm going to do this military thing. I think I can get away with that. So.
Yeah.
They won't ask too many questions.
Soup kitchen.
So he's like, get the picture? All right, I'm out of here. Let's go, guys.
He does like 4 shovels on the next guy. He's like, deuces, boys.
Put that one on the TV.
I'm out of corn. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
All right, let's move to unheralded history.
Ooh, yeah.
I need to. I'll come up with
Me.
unheralded history.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
But then I got to go through 8, so I don't have the most professional of console here. But anyway, Eric, you're up first.
I'm first. Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys know the past couple years, you've seen all the supposedly flying UFOs flying around and people seeing them.
Supposedly.
The old
Right.
UAPs.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's
that's
been a
right.
little
They're
ridiculous.
not
Well, I
UFOs.
understand where it came from now.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Right.
let's talk about Project 1794.
Okay.
Officially, aliens have never existed, but flying saucers very nearly did. The National Archives has recently published never before seen classified schematics and details of a 1950s military venture, specifically the Air Force venture, called Project 1794, which aimed to build a supersonic flying saucer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Supersonic. Holy
Super.
shit.
Well, listen to what the requirements they wanted this thing to do. The newly declassified materials show the United States Air Force had a contract with a now defunct Canadian company to build an aircraft unlike anything seen before. Project 1794 got as far as the initial rounds of product development and into prototype design. In a memo dated from 1956, results were prototyped testing are summarized and reveal exactly what the developers had hoped to create. So this thing, the saucer was supposed to reach a top speed of between Mach 3 and Mach 4, a ceiling of over 100,000 feet,
Whoa.
and a maximum range with allowances of about 1,000 nautical miles, according to the document, the declassified document. If the
This was
plans
in
had
the
followed
40s?
50s,
50s,
June
okay.
1950, yeah. If the plans had followed through to completion, they would have created a saucer which could spin through the Earth's stratosphere at an average top speed of about 2,600 miles per hour.
Whoa. Jesus.
Crazy. It was also designed to take off and land vertically using
Oh,
propulsion jets to control and stabilize the aircraft. Admittedly, the range of 1,000 nautical miles seems limited in comparison to the other specifications, but if you hopped on the disc in New York, it could have got you to Miami within about 24 hours.
Nice.
The document also hints that the product development seemed to be going better than planned, The present design will provide a much superior performance to an estimated to the start of contract negotiations. So it's got a schematic of a round freaking saucer with some other stuff. The project was dropped.
Oh,
Yeah. The cost of continuing to prototype was estimated at $3,168,000, which roughly translate to about $26.6 million in today's money, and wouldn't have been an insane price for such advanced technology. The problem with the other flying saucers developed in the same program is pretty clear. They didn't get anywhere near 100,000 feet in altitude, more like 5 or 6 if they were lucky. So the military finally pulled the plug in 1960.
that's crazy. Is that supposed to be like a big turbofan right in the middle of that damn thing?
That's it
Thing is
right
beautiful.
there, man. You pulled it up.
Oh
That
my
crazy?
God, that's ridiculous.
So I'm thinking maybe they had this thing from the 1950s and they started flying it around recently.
I'm
what
telling
they
you,
did.
the 1950s was unchecked.
Yeah, some
you know.
pilot sitting in the middle of it yelling, "Woo!" You know?
Yeah.
They just did whatever they did, and all 3 of our stories are from the 50s. So
Yeah.
It's probably other
Yeah.
words that he could use.
Project 1794.
Flying saucer.
Very good, Eric. Very good. Jake, you're up.
Yeah. So I'm doing Project Manhigh, which is right. This is pre-space. So this is it's pre-space flight 55 to 58. There was a tragic accident in 58 that kind of led to the end of it.
Oh,
And the Sputnik and all the other rest of the Voyager launches, things like that. But we really had no idea of the effects of super high altitude on the human body. We had
Or
done it
super
on, other than Velcro. Yeah. Still to this day, we're getting migraines and boners at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, Sonny retired.
Oh, I saw that too. From
no.
NASA, yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up. R.I.P. Sonny. Well, no, I'm just kidding.
all right.
Her career.
Well, now she's going on a speaking circuit, baby.
I know.
Make all
She's
kinds of
awesome.
money.
She's gonna make
I'm gonna
real
pay-
money.
I'll
She's gonna
pay money
rag
to
on
go
Boeing,
visit
I'm
her
sure.
at Barnes and
Hell
Noble.
yeah.
All right. Back to Project Manhigh. We had no idea of the effects that would happen on the human body, the radiation, altitude, all that. So one of the early ages was, let's put some guys or one guy in a capsule and launch him on a weather balloon to see how high we can get up there.
That's insane.
And see and it's funded by aeromedical research programs. So a lot of these early programs, again in the 50s, right?
After they gave him a little kratom.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
you
these guys were cool. This group was cool because it was all these aeromedical doctors or researchers, and they're like, dude, do you think you could do that? And he's like, yeah, we could do this. He's like, bet, go do it. Like, okay. So Kittredge was one of the first guys that did it. Captain Joseph Kittredge. He launched himself in a balloon over South St. Paul Airport, and the flight was cut short to the capsule valves being installed backwards, which vented the oxygen supply outside, which is cool. But not before reaching the required record altitude of 96,784 feet.
Damn.
Yeah. So he gets to freaking 96,000. He's like, wait a minute, I don't have any oxygen in here. It's pumping it out. So they brought him back down. Manhigh 2 got up to 101,516 feet. Major David Simons, he wrote a book on it, but they launched from Portsmouth Mine in Crosby, Minnesota. And for 32 hours flight that included a set of 25 experiments and observations. And Simons later got featured on the Life magazine cover.
Wow.
Hey, who was the guy that went real high and freaking skydived off that?
That's mine. So shut up.
Oh,
This is crazy how it dovetails into mine.
that's Red Bull. Red Bull.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Either way. All right.
I don't know
So
which one this
Simons,
is, but those are those
Kittredge.
guys in those capsules there, right?
Oh, I know those. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
that's
you can
exactly
see
it. That's Manhigh.
Manhigh on the top of the capsule head.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
And
Look
one
at
of those
it
capsules is
stitching on his
featured in
legs.
the Air Force Museum in Dayton,
Oh,
Ohio.
it is? Oh, wow.
Yeah, one of the capsules. So the final experiment was Lieutenant Clifton McClure in December 1958. So, but
Wow.
that gondola is in Dayton, Ohio right now.
No shit.
Yeah,
Those
they were
dudes
put through a series of physical
big
and psychological
horns.
tests. They were getting like the bends and things like that. And
Oh.
a lot of that research, Lieutenant Colonel John Stapp, excuse me, that guy, we need to do an own article on that guy because Stapp took
that's the
all
guy you were
that
talking about?
research.
Okay.
Yeah. And worked with Yeager, worked with multiple other high-speed astronauts and pilots to he pioneered the oxygen blend that they use to this day for halo jumps. So his research in Manhigh led to research in the U-2 pilot oxygen blends, all currently used, and the halo jumps. And then that guy was known as the fastest man on Earth because he would do acceleration and deceleration tests, but he would test them. He had a rocket sled in New Mexico, and he would test it on itself. He would have no problem testing on himself. So,
bunch of guys that were just
he's crazy.
nuts,
but he was a medical guy. He worked for he was in the Air Force, and then the Air Force was like, hey, we're having a lot of car accidents. We're going to loan him to the auto industry because he did so much experimentation on deceleration.
Oh, wow.
On
himself.
The auto industry. Yeah, on himself. So he did a lot of the harnesses. He developed a lot of the straps and the harnesses and the material that goes in them. So
why don't you work that up for
pretty
next
cool
week,
guy. Yeah.
Before you go on your vacation.
It's pretty amazing what you can find from our history, man. Jesus.
Project Manhigh. It was pretty cool.
Pretty amazing.
A lot of cool experiments and information came out of it.
That is absolutely uncanny that we didn't coordinate any of this shit, right? Because mine is Project Excelsior.
Oh,
right?
That's the follow-on.
That's right. That's a follow-on to Manhigh. So now that we've established we can send these balloons into the atmosphere, the upper atmosphere. Well, Project Excelsior, which started in 1958, probably right after Manhigh ended, it came out of the need because the U.S. military had built its aircraft so fast that their jets, like the X-15, could hit the upper atmosphere and break the sound barrier. However, high altitude and high speeds meant that bailing out of these aircrafts was riskier than ever.
You're going to die.
They're like, how do we bail out of this damn thing that's 50,000 feet up?
You're going to die.
Beyond their rapid speed, pilots would have to deal with limited oxygen, extreme cold, and the risk of spinning out at terminal velocity. To deal with this, as the National Museum of the United States Air Force said, the USAF developed new multi-stage parachutes with small, medium, then large parachutes deploying as the pilot fell. That allowed safe defense or descent from incredible heights. It led to Project Excelsior, where the United States Air Force would intentionally send an airman into the stratosphere to then jump back to Earth in the hopes of perfecting parachute technology.
That's crazy, man. No, I'm not doing that shit.
Wait till you hear these stats. The project kicked off in 1958. It was meant to help both regular aircraft ops and provide safety data for the emerging crewed space program. So there you go. Air Force scientists designed a multi-stage parachute, and soon the service needed to test it. Crews designed a gondola that was already through Manhigh, using a helium balloon carrying a person miles up into the stratosphere to then jump and deploy the parachute system. Enter Air Force Captain Joseph Kittinger, who took part in one of the wildest scientific experiments of all time. Over the course of 10 months, Kittinger went to the stratosphere, jumping back to Earth 3 times. He wore a specialized pressure suit meant to survive the lack of atmosphere. The suit was very much a rudimentary 1950s design. Like those guys sitting in that balloon capsule. It's just like stitched canvas and shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Made out of a parachute, nylon.
Yeah.
Woo.
The suit was very much a rudimentary 1950s design. Photos of the jump show a toolbox strapped to the back of it, for instance. The first two trips took him between 74,000 and 77,000 feet in the air in late 1959.
Oof.
He jumped out of that balloon 77,000 feet in the air, right?
Nuts.
Dude, he was the guy on the #1 Manhigh flight.
Kittinger
That's the
was?
same. Yeah, that's the same.
Oh,
captain.
Kittinger? Oh,
just
you
like
mispronounced
Yeah.
his name. That you
No,
said.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what you said. So I was hoping it
Kittinger.
was a different guy. Yeah,
No,
okay, so we're
it's
talking.
Captain Joseph Kittinger.
We're talking the same guy. So he rode
Yeah.
it up and rode it back down. Now he's like, I'll jump.
He's like, this is
Want me to
lame.
jump?
I'm going
I'll
to jump from that.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
The first two trips took him between 74 and 77,000 feet in the air. He would free fall back to Earth, enduring heavy spins, shoots that failed, and other issues. And then nearly a year later, he made a jump that would set a decades-long record. The third
Like
and final
other issues, like what,
I-
heartburn,
Yeah.
shoots that fail.
No,
And, like that's not the most important thing. Shoots.
yeah, it's just minor stuff. I
Got
got
the
down.
spins uncontrollably and
All
heartburn.
those Chuck Yeager type guys are just so not. Yeah, it's like it's just a flesh wound. It's okay, right?
Yeah, I'll do it
The-
again. Let's go.
The third and final test happened on August 16th, 1960. For this final jump, Kittinger went nearly 20 miles up. There were already problems. The pressure suit had a minor flaw. One glove hadn't pressurized, leaving one hand swelling from
Oof.
low atmosphere and leaving Kittinger unable to pull his ripcord.
Oh,
Kittinger
man.
took the balloon up to a record 102,800 feet above Earth. And despite the challenges, hey, my glove's not. There's nobody to talk
I
to.
can't use
My hand's
my
gonna
hand.
blow off.
It's like, oh, this really hurts, but we're doing it anyway. Despite the challenges, he jumped off the gondola. Kittinger reached a top speed of 625.5 miles per hour, falling for more than 4 minutes. His free fall was over 4 minutes.
Man, with no oxygen other than what he had. Oh my
yeah.
God, man.
The parachute deployed and worked as intended, safely slowing him and helping him return to Earth. The 1960 effort would earn the Air Force officer a Distinguished Flying Cross, which was his second at the time. His citation noted, Kittinger made an open gondola balloon ascent to an altitude of 102,800 feet, surpassing all previous records. From this record altitude, Captain Kittinger successfully tested an experimental stabilization parachute system, free falling for 4 minutes and 38 seconds to an altitude of 17,500 feet, where deployment of the recovery parachute occurred. And then it took him like another 10 minutes to get down,
Man.
once the chute opened.
Oh, yeah. He's floating forever.
Yeah. Kittinger would later serve in several combat tours in Vietnam, eventually being shot down in 1972 and spending 11 months as a prisoner of war before being released. He would earn 4 more Distinguished Flying Crosses during the war.
Dude.
Damn.
Now,
I was just reading his Wikipedia.
oh, it's
6
amazing,
Distinguished
right?
Flying Crosses.
Oh, we got 6. Yeah, 6 total.
He got
right,
6
right.
total. He got 2 Legions of Merit and 2 Silver Stars.
Wow.
And he just passed away in December 2022
Yeah.
at 94 years old.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Good.
Later, the one that we're familiar with, I think, but I didn't realize it was this long ago, but in 2012, Red Bull sent Felix Baumgartner to break his record. Felix Baumgartner from the Red Bull Stratos project of 2012 set records for highest altitude jump. He went to 127,852 feet. So another 25,000 more.
In your
He's
face,
the first-
Kittinger.
The first human to break the sound barrier in free fall. He went 843 miles per hour.
What do you think
Oh.
that feels like?
I don't know.
Oh my God, man.
But look, okay, so this first picture is Kittinger, right? Look at the toolbox strapped to his ass. I don't know what toolbox. It's like he's got a big leather heavy bomber coat on. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
good. Look how much stuff I've got.
He's got to be freezing his ass off.
He
I
did
can't
that from
imagine.
102,000 feet, right?
His
And then
feet
the
were
Red Bull
probably
guy
frostbitten.
looks like he's going to space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Bull guy.
He did it right.
Yeah, that's it.
Kittinger's got 2 leather jackets on. He's like, let's go, boys. I got my second jacket. We're fine.
Now, the really cool thing that Red Bull did is on what's his name? What's that guy's name? Felix Baumgartner's jump, this jump right here. Kittinger was part of his crew.
Oh,
that's
cool.
real. Yeah, good touch, you guys. Good touch.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
So that's the story of Project Excelsior. Man, we were
That was
so
fun chain on that.
Yeah. 50s, man. 50 fucking wild.
Crazy
50s.
times. Crazy times.
Those boys.
We should.
That's before fluoride in our water. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, lead paint. Yeah,
Those guys are crazy.
Drinking out the water hose, baby.
I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, that shit." They had lead paint. They had asbestos.
Yeah.
And this guy jumped from 102,000 feet and lived to 94.
Dude,
we're dropping dead right now from on the treadmill.
63.
Think about that.
for Christ's sake.
That's what he did as a captain.
As a captain.
And
I
then
was
he
just
went
gonna
into the
say that.
Vietnam War.
Yeah, flew around, got shot down,
Yeah.
POW for 11 months.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Good
Oh
night.
my God, these guys! It makes you feel.
Yeah.
It just you look up at giants, man. These guys were just
the
amazing.
small. Oh,
Yeah, and not to mention you go into like all the Mercury astronauts. All those guys had just pilot records like crazy, right? And these guys were all, they were chosen because like you almost died, but you saved your aircraft. And he's like, yeah, I just rerouted this and that, and they do it all calmly. And you're like, "Yeah, but you're about to die," and they're like, yeah, almost, yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
But why'd you like to be an astronaut? It's like, sure, that sounds like fun.
that's close. Yeah.
Strap my ass to a rocket that we have
Throw
no
me up
idea
there.
what to do. So
Crazy.
amazing servicemen. So that was fun. That was fun.
Dude,
No
good one.
magic phrase was uttered, though.
I
Even
tried
though
like
Eric
hell.
tried and then just gave up.
I
Yeah,
tried. I couldn't come up with another idea, man. I tried. and tried.
Eric's magic phrase
Wait,
for
don't tell him.
Jake.
Don't tell him. Don't tell
Oh,
him. Let's see if
okay.
I can just get him.
No, just
All
give me
right.
a hint.
Let's just try to rapid fire it here. Let's like the game show. Right?
Gene Hackman Western movie. Okay, that did work.
Fistful of dollars. All right. Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny Nemesis.
Coyote. Wiley Coyote.
Bugs
Oh,
Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. What's the frickin' hunter?
Yep.
Uh,
All right, your turn next.
All right, next clue.
What do soldiers jump out of an airplane yell?
Hi-ho silver. Oh, wait.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I've never jumped out of a plane before.
Your turn.
Yeah, he was a poacher in Looney Tunes.
It was the
Got
pig.
Daffy in the face.
It was the pig.
No.
See, Marty, this I thought this would work, but it
It's
doesn't
the
work at all.
pig, man.
I am hunting rabbits.
Wascally wabbits.
I'm hunting. I know it was a Porky Pig.
No.
Wasn't Porky, but it was a
human.
pig.
It was a human.
Oh,
And he had that
that's
sweet
right.
ass hunter's
He's
cat
just got the big head like a pig.
and his shotgun was always
Oh
like,
yeah, what's his name?
or he'd shoot Daffy's bill around his face.
This is not going to work. You guys are going to have to come up with your own magic.
So I don't know his name, but I know you.
Yeah, initials Echo Foxtrot. Whoa. Yeah. Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. All right, my
What would
last
it-
hint to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
One
it
hint.
going.
Last hint. One of the Apache's greatest leaders.
God, you were trying so hard.
You tried so hard on that, and I didn't
Jake
catch
is
it up.
blank on it.
You were
He's
like, "What are the other
I
Chiefs?"
I know it was so.
Red Bull.
In fact, he
Red Bull,
started laughing at me. I knew it.
I was like, I don't know any of these.
I didn't know if Jake was just trying to resist saying something, or if he really
No,
didn't
I'll
know.
throw
And
it
now
out
we know
there.
he really didn't know.
I
So-
genuinely
Geronimo.
don't know. Oh,
Geronimo.
So I came up with Geronimo for the parachute jump.
Yeah.
Geronimo.
Well, and that's
thought
why I
you
was
would know,
using
right?
it. Did
And
you
I
see
came
me?
up with Elmer Fudd for the poaching one.
Yeah.
Did you see me when I said what when those guys yell on a plane when you can
You
jump
did.
out
You
of the plane? I
came
was like,
straight up and said it. Right.
That would have been the last thing I would have thought of. I thought of like Dr. Strangelove and him riding the bomb.
God, riding the bomb in Slim Pickens. Yeah.
Yeah, Slim Pickens stuff.
Well, for the users or for the viewers and the listeners, we were trying to do a magic phrase, and if we pulled it off, we would have celebrated it. But neither one could get them to say the magic phrase. So we'll try next week.
that was tough, man.
Try again.
So well, on that, a mighty fail.
Here's what I'll do.
First iteration.
Eric, I'll pass you a code word. You pass Marty one. He passes me one. And that
we
way,
try to all get to say it. Okay.
yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to get
We'll try
you to
that
say it. That way, Marty can play in these silly ass
Yeah,
games.
that would be fun.
Gene Hackman played a colonel in the legend Geronimo because in the movie,
Did?
yeah, he
Gene
brings
Hackman.
he brings him in to send him to the reservation in a movie.
my
It's called The
God.
Legend Geronimo.
I have never heard of that Gene Hackman movie.
Yep.
I don't know.
So you remember the vampire movie where the little brother and his older brother and they hook up with some guys in California?
Yeah, the Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. Well,
Yeah.
the main character in the Lost Boys was a captain that spoke Apache that went to get Geronimo in the movie with Gene Hackman.
Man.
On that note, let's end
Good
it.
night.
God.
Yeah. The only Gene Hackman movie I know is Hoosiers.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
No Geronimo there.
Picket fence, baby. Picket fence.
Oh,
Uh,
Unforgiven. That's the one.
Well,
That was the
there's
cowboy
Unforgiven.
movie I was thinking of.
I like them in The Quick and the Dead.
That was the other one I
That was
was
a fun
thinking
one.
of too.
But no
But I couldn't come up
Geronimo.
with a Geronimo for him.
Dude,
So I
I've
went
never
from
even
jumping out of
heard
an
that one.
airplane to an Apache leader to friggin' a movie, and I couldn't get you to get it.
You should have done it like charades, like to get him to say Jerry, and then I don't know, then put the word together, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But that
Split
would
the
work.
word.
Dude.
All right, we'll try it again next week because I'm sure this is going to be backed by popular demand. But it's sure
Yeah.
it's fun. It sure is fun to us. So
Yeah, the screaming from our dying fans. Dying fans. Bring it back.
I'm sure Taz is going. It's Geronimo. What are you talking about? Why can't you?
yeah. Jeez.
She would be hell to play this because she would know it right away.
I forgot
Oh, right
Elmer
off the
Fudd's
bat.
name, so even if I knew who it was, I wouldn't have been able to know his name.
Exactly.
It's the pig, right?
I was like, damn.
Another pig.
I thought
Porky
his head
Pig.
looked like a pig head. That's all, you know.
Well, they're the same color in the cartoon.
Well, that's true. They are both
Yeah.
pink and smooth and
Yeah.
round. So, on behalf of all of us here, I'd like to thank you for listening today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please, and make sure next week that you are not
Late for changeover.
Gentlemen, it's good to see you, even on failed attempts, right? But
Yeah,
those guys in
still
the
a good
50s
time.
failed, and they kept coming back. So that's what we're going to do for you on this podcast. Keep coming back till
Keep
something
coming
works.
back.
He probably had that toolbox strapped to his ass, so because he
He's
couldn't get his
probably
glove off
fixing
last
shit
time. He's
on
like,
his-
from his first flight, the oxygen valves are installed backwards.
That's
His next
crazy.
major flight, his glove doesn't work and he can't pull the ripcord.
What are you talking about?
He's like, I gotta fix shit all the way up here. Come on,
He's like,
guys.
are we good on this balloon? It's like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
Mm.
It's like,
I'm
hey,
gonna
you
sit
guys
on
know
my
you put
toolbox
this on
just
backwards?
in case.
Not a good test run.
Gentlemen, thanks
Man.
for the week, and everyone listening and watching, thank Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Geronimo!
I will not be here next week.